Hi everyone, welcome to my talk. I'm really excited to be here and share this topic with you. Flutter in-app purchase simplified, pro tips, best practice, and pitfalls with RevenueCat. Today we'll dive into in-app purchase and how the RevenueCat platform can help us streamline the process, improve the user experience, and make our monetization more effective. I hope this session gives you some fresh ideas and insights for your own apps. Let me start with a quick introduction. I'm Yi, based in Taipei, Taiwan, that's in East Asia. I'm the organizer of Flutter Taipei, a community where we host meetups and events to support the Chinese community and help more developers get involved. Right now, I'm leading HerFit, a fitness app focused on empowering women. I'm also the mobile lead at Patient Labs, where we are building AI-powered character products. Earlier this year, in 2025, I published a book called Flutter Brave, written for the Chinese community, but we are working on an English version that will be available internationally soon. If you are interested, feel free to follow along. All right, that's enough about me. Let's dive into today's topic. I would like to start by sharing this image. Does it feel a little too familiar? Kind of like our daily life as developers, right? You have probably been using all kinds of LLM tools, letting AI, ChatGPT, Cloud help you write code, design UI, even generate documentations. These days, all it takes is a late night idea, and within just a few evenings, you have built a product. By the next day, you are posting it on X or Threads, asking friends to give it a try. This is what I like to call the vibe to shipping era. If you have got the vibe, you can ship. And once you can ship, you might even make money from it. So today I want to explore one simple question. When you already have the vibe, the product, and the users, what's the next step? You should monetize after having a good vibe. If you are planning to launch your mobile product and let users pay for the value you provide, then in-app purchases are likely the first big hurdle you will have to face. Today, I will walk you through how we use RevenueCat to help our product monetize efficiently and with high quality. So why have we seen an explosion of IAP-based products over the past couple of years? Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the market. With the rise of AI, the emergence of vibe coding, developers can now bring apps to market faster than ever. That means faster monetization and more energy to focus on innovation. According to revenue data, in-app purchase earnings surpassed 150 billion US dollar in 2024, making it the primary revenue stream for mobile apps, far beyond AD-based income. By the end of 2025, the market is expected to more than double. Currently, it's estimated that 1.5 to 2 million apps are monetizing through IAP or similar methods. Around 57 of all apps now offer subscription. So what exactly is IAP, in-app purchase? IAP refers to purchase of digital items directly within your app. And there are three main types, each suited for different user needs and product experiences. First, we have consumables. These are items that users can use up and buy again, like energy points, potions, weapon, in-game currency, in-gaming apps. This is very common. Second, we have non-consumables. These are one-time purchase that user keeps forever, like unlocking a feature, removing ADs, or buying a special tool. Once you buy, it's yours for life. And third, the most common model today, subscription. This gives users access to premium content or features over time. It could be monthly, quarterly, or yearly, and usually renews automatically. Think of these like pro access or unlocking advanced features. Each of these has its own best use case and plays a big role in how we design the user experience around monetization. If you look around, you will notice that successful apps today are using IAP subscriptions. But why is that? The biggest advantage is predictable recurring revenue. Once a user makes their first purchase and links a payment method, the subscriptions renews automatically. This encourages long-term retention and gives the product team more stability in planning and forecasting. It's not just indie developers. Major apps like Notion and Capcom are also monetizing through IAP subscriptions. So it's not just a trend, it's a proven, scalable business model. So at this point, you might be thinking, is there a way to integrate IAP easily without spending tons of time dealing with code? And the answer is yes. There's a powerful tool, it's called RevenueCat. The truth is, integrating IAP isn't just about adding a button to your app. It actually involves a lot of behind-the-scenes process, like validating receipts, handling cancellations, and more. Building all of that on your own can be overwhelming. That's why we chose RevenueCat. It takes care of all the heavy lifting, so we don't need to build a full IAP system from scratch. RevenueCat is a one-stop platform designed specifically for mobile ads and subscription feature. It integrates Apple and Google and takes care of most complicated parts like validation and server webhooks. Even better, RevenueCat gives you built-in analytics like churn rate, monthly recurring revenue, active subscriptions, and more. You can customize it. You get a clear view of your app's performance over time. With it, your team can stay on top of every subscriber status in real time. When they start trial, cancel, renew, upgrade, or change plans, you can fully understand every user. Let's first take a look at the traditional in-app purchase flow. If you are building everything yourself, there are several stages to manage it. Your apps talk to Store SDK, you handle receipt validation, and you will need a backend server to track subscription status and logic. It's complex and time-consuming. Every stage of IAP flow can go wrong. On the app side, you might run into SDK integration issues. On the store side, payment can fail and get stuck. And on the backend, you need to handle receipt validation and make sure the user status stays in sync. These are all critical points that require careful handling if you are building your own IAP system. Once we adopted RevenueCat, we reduce our development and maintenance effort. From the moment a purchase is triggered in the app, RevenueCat takes care of validation, subscription status updates, and even syncing between platforms. All we have to do is listen for the success or failure callbacks and then grant the user the appropriate access or feature. From this moment on, you can stop worrying about building your own IAP infrastructure and instead focus on what matters, your product and user experience. Before you start integrating IAP, there's one important setup step. You need to add your product to both the app stores and RevenueCat. Each product represents an actual in-app item the user can purchase. And remember, every product has a unique product ID that cannot be changed later. So it's a good idea to use clear and consistent naming, like based on version, promotion, or season. For example, V1, V2, promote, spring, summer 2024. This makes further tracking and management much easier. Let's talk about one of the core elements in RevenueCat, the package. A package is used to group the same product across different platforms. This ensures that no matter where user makes a purchase, Apple, Google, or even Stripe, is mapped back to the same logical item into your app. This cross-platform alignment makes handling purchases a lot smoother. The second key concept is the entitlement. It defines what a user gets after a purchase. like premium access or AD removal. For example, buying product A might grant the gold entitlement, and buying product C could grant diamond entitlement. This makes it easy to manage what features each purchase unlocks. The last key concept is the offering. It defines the users see when they are deciding to subscribe. An offering can include multiple packages like Pro Monthly and Pro Yearly 30 or 25% off. This structure is perfect for testing price points and promotional campaigns. Once offerings are in place, we can move into building the actual paywall and subscription flow. For the Flutter part, now we move into implementation, which is actually a pretty lightweight process. The first step is to add the official Flutter SDK called purchase Flutter into your pub/spec.yaml file. After adding the SDK, the next step is initialization. You just need to provide your API key, depending on your environment. It's a straightforward setup, no complex configuration needed. Then call get offerings to fetch the available offerings. Typically, you will present this in your subscription UI. If you only have one offering, you can just call current to get a default set. The next step is to access its available packages. Each package maps to product ID on Apple, Google, like monthly Pro, annual Pro. These are the actual items your user will subscribe to. You can now display them in your UI however you like: cards, price tiles, or your own custom layout. We can let users start the purchase by tapping a button. Just call purchase package and pass in the selected package. This handles everything: opening the store dialog, confirming payments, and verifying the purchase behind the scenes. Once the purchase is complete, it returns a customer info object. This contains the list of active entitlements for the current user. Based on this, you can unlock premium features. Remember, always check entitlements rather than trying to track purchase manually. If you say you are migrating from your own IAP system or switch to RevenueCat mid-project, I also want to synchronize existing subscriber to RevenueCat. Let's, of course, use sync purchase to upload users' local purchase history from the device. After syncing, the user's entitlements will also be updated in quarterly. From here, with RevenueCat integrated, your Flutter app is ready to start monetizing and welcome its first paying user. At this point, some developers might ask, can it get even easier? What if I don't want to spend time designing my own paywall UI? Maybe I just want something that works out of the box and lets me validate ideas quickly. Well, RevenueCat has something for that too. It's called Paywall, a visual editor for your subscription UI, like Figma, but for monetization. You can drag components, drag UI by product, by packages, create templates, and you are live. It's perfect for lazy devs or vibe coders that want to test ideas fast without building from scratch. You only need one line of code to show the paywall. With present paywall if needed, it only appears when needed. You can also embed a paywall view into your own UI and use callbacks for full integration. It's so easy. Share with you some of the experience and benefits of Perfect. After migrating from a custom-built IAP flow to RevenueCat, Perfect reduced maintenance costs by more than 70%. The SDK is reliable and easy to test, enabling the team to confidently manage thousands of active subscribers and their purchase history. Switching between subscription packages and launch seasonal offers or testing new pricing became seamless, allowing for faster interaction and experimentation. 99% of the questions you will encounter during IAP implementation, you need to know first. When users today switch plans during some discount periods, they will ask what will happen after subscribing. Here's how plan switching works. When a user upgrades from a monthly to yearly plan, Apple charges immediately and refunds or credits the unused portion of the current subscription. For downgrades, the changes take effect only after the current subscription period ends, and the user will be charged the new price in the next billing cycle. This is for Apple. And for Google, Google allows multiple strategies for upgrading during the free trial, unlike Apple. We recommend using charge priority price because it mimics Apple's immediate upgrade behavior. Users get instant access, and the priority refund is intuitive and fair. When testing during development, if you notice that Apple's sandbox environment responds slowly, sometimes taking over 10 seconds or 30 seconds to complete a purchase, the App Store sandbox has lower performance, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your integration or your code. In production, purchase flows are much smoother and faster. The next, you might wonder, how do we know when a user cancels or their subscription expires? Actually, this information isn't available directly on the mobile side. To check subscription status, currently you need to configure a backend webhook with RevenueCat or call their API to see the latest status. It's crucial for access control, security, and user communication. Finally, here are a few proven IAPTs and strategy to boost your sales. Let me share with you. Webhook is your secret weapon for understanding user behavior. If a user cancels a subscription, upgrades, or gets refunded, the webhook lets you react instantly to these events. You can automatically send an email, push notification, or update your database when something happens. It brings transparency and better user engagement to your monetization journey. The second, the key to high converting experience is making users feel the value instantly and getting them used to be in Pro. In her feed, we tell users, this is a personalized body sculpting plan for stay-at-home moms. You will see results in just 3 months. We also offer free flows and limited trials of advanced features so users fall in love with the Pro experience before committing. Once they feel the difference, they might think, this is so good. I don't want to lose this. Next, FOMO is your best friend when it comes to boosting conversions. You can try a 48-hour free trial or a limited time welcome discount. Just add a countdown animation, some effect to spark urgency. When users try to cancel, don't let them leave without flights. Send an email, send a quick survey to XY, and offer something like 50% discount. And yeah, stay them. And don't forget behavioral targeting. If someone visits the paywall multiple times but doesn't subscribe, that's your opportunity to push a notification, email offer, and close the deal. Giving users as much incentive as possible in every aspect of the app is a key skill. A great purchasing experience makes users feel excited to buy now, like they will miss out if they don't, rather than feeling pressure or forced. And the last one last thing that often gets overlooked. In-app purchases are not just about coding features. They're bound by policy, law, and financial compliance. For platform rules, a single change in Apple's rules like clearly showing post-trial pricing or Google's UX guidelines for cancellations can force you to redesign your flow. It's important. Second, local and government regulations. Countries like South Korea, India, and those in the EU have very different rules around tax, commission fees, and billing policies. Also, service provider like RevenueCat, they release webhook updates or API improvements every few weeks. Keep tabs on those or you will miss important fixes. So as a developer, as a product lead, you need to be proactive and informed. Policy changes are not just admin stuff. They shape your entire user journey. One big update from Apple recently is a huge deal. Starting May 1st, Apple must allow iOS apps to support external payment systems, and they cannot charge that infamous 50 to 30% commission anymore. This is great news for developers. For years, we have been stuck paying platform fees we couldn't avoid. And this shift is largely thanks to Epic Games and their ongoing legal battle. Thank you. But keep in mind, it only applies to US apps for now and reader apps like Spotify. This policy change brings several real benefits to developers and business. First, more revenue stays in your hands without 50-30% platform cuts. You can reinvest your money into growth, marketing, or product improvements. You get to use custom payment solutions like Stripe or local providers. That means a smoother, more branded checkout experience tailored to your users. The third, faster integration. Since pricing and product changes happen on your own web pages, you skip App Store reviews and can push updates instantly. That gives you marketing teams so much more flexibility. And finally, faster payouts. No more waiting 1 to 2 months for Apple or Google to settle. For startup and lean teams, quicker cash flow can make a huge difference. Of course, external payment comes with its own set of challenges. First, there's a shift in users' behavior. When users are taken out of the app to complete a purchase on web, they may wonder, think, is this secure? The drop in confidence can hurt your conversion rate. Second, there's added friction and operational cost. Apple and Google, the platforms, usually handle things like refunds, fraud prevention, and tax compliance. But when you go external, those responsibilities fall on you and your team. Finally, let's talk numbers. RevenueCat ran an A/B test and found that using external payments led to a 25% to 45% drop in conversion rate. And that's not even counting the cost of setting up and maintaining your own payment system. So while external payment gives us more freedom, it also comes with trade-offs you will need to carefully weigh. So that's my sharing for today. How to approach in-app purchase with more professionalism and strategy. We have covered 4 key points. First, we understood what IAP is and the different monetization models available. And subscriptions are clearly the dominant choice today. We look at the value of the RevenueCat. It helped us implement fast and reduce technical burden significantly. We brought down how IAP works. This helps us solve problems and address concerns, both for developers and for users. Last, we learn how to optimize IAP strategy and set up today with policy change from Apple, Google, governments, and service providers. Once you have mastered these concepts, you will understand IAP better than many developers. And with that understanding, I believe you are ready to take on the challenge of monetizing your product with confidence. Now's the time. Turn those ideas in your head into real products and start sharing them with the world. I really hope today's talk gave you some helpful insights, whether it's for your product roadmap or your mobile side project. That's it from me today. I'm Yi. Feel free to reach out anytime if you want to chat or have any questions. Welcome. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a good day. See you.